President Trump this morning said no ship can enter or leave the Strait of Hormuz without U.S. approval until Iran can make a deal. He also warned he's ordered the U.S. Navy to soon kill any Iranian small boats putting mines in the strait.
Voters decide, if you can read real quick about voters decide governor's debate, CBS California.
There we go. Oh, I need another story. What am I going to do here?
Its first toll road from ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz, and state media posted a highly produced video of masked commandos it says seized cargo ships Wednesday. The Trump administration has emphasized there are internal divisions within Iran's
You know what? I'm going to close this because something doesn't.
The pragmatists and the hardliners in Iran right now, and the president wants a unified response.
It's still unclear if or when talks will move forward, but Islamabad remains ready with security tightened around Pakistan's capital. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
No, we can do, and even if, if you, that's the
Oh, wait.
option.
Oh.
Yeah, if you want to bring it over here, put it in an angle.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
She's standing like right here.
Yeah.
And she's got the graphic over her shoulder. She's also lit.
Being lit is
And we don't have to move.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. It might not be live. No, we have to align it.
as long as we can see everything behind her, she's not cutting anything off.
Yeah, we'll have to check the timer off.
Yeah.
And, or two. One in the middle and one off to the side. So
Okay, cool.
be in the shot.
Oh.
Yeah. Shooting it. We could put it on tripod.
Let's see, what does this look like? This is not that good. That's not that good. Oops, this is the wrong thing. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. 933. Okay. Oh, what do I want to do? Yeah. I guess I need a better story.
Each on camera line right now is just a sentence. 6 seconds each.
Let's do that. And then you don't have to worry about trying to find names.
Omar, there was a big fire. There was a bunch of FBI raids. There was a pursuit this morning, but it wasn't very good. Just got the end of it. What's the sex of self? sex assault.
Major refiners are leaving the state of California. Over the past year, we've conducted more than 20 hours of accountability interviews.
It's these climate regulations. They're gouging us.
The 15 top polling candidates for California governor. High-speed rail, high-speed rail, high-speed rail. Do you support finishing it?
Absolutely not. It's the biggest waste of money.
The question here is, can we get this done? That's what the governor's going to have to answer that question. Asking the same questions and pressing for real answers. But how do you tangibly do that?
Well, I think the urgency is certainly upon us.
More than a dozen issues suggested by viewers, policymakers, and community leaders. He's stating the 40% of California voters you'll need in order to win.
Oh.
Some of those moments make headlines.
Oh.
Nearly a quarter of voters say they still don't know who they want to be California's next governor. So CBS News California Investigates turned our accountability interview series into a side-by-side candidate guide to help you go beyond the campaign talking points and compare the candidates that you're considering on the issues that matter most to you. Here's how it works. First, you meet the candidates. We ask each a few personal questions. You simply click on your candidate and you can read their answers in their own words. Then watch their one-question segment. For more insight into how they might govern, we ask what they think the current governor and legislature got right and what they would have done differently.
Look, I've got a long list of things that I would have done different if I was the governor. Working with the other side is important. 25% of the state is Republican, but 40% voted for Donald Trump.
Next, you explore the issues that matter most to you. Gas prices, environment, insurance, homelessness, and mental health. You simply click on an issue, and then you click on a candidate.
The state must show up with resources, but cities, counties, nonprofit providers have to be accountable for using every dollar for maximum impact. I have some particular ideas here because one, I believe that we have to do more on the mental health and drug addiction side.
In-depth responses. They let you compare not just the positions, but how the candidates respond to our accountability-focused follow-up questions.
If you are polluting, you should pay for your pollution.
It hasn't increased the cost of gas for California drivers.
A tax does, but the truth is we're trying to push the state to, but what we're really doing is trying to end up as an electric state.
So where does that money come from? It comes from the revenue, the general fund. And so you would take money from what else? You know, you make priority choices. That's what a budget is. It's a question of priority in the budget. These are real answers in their own words.
And I'm suing the state to make sure that sanctuary state is minimum amended, if not done away with.
Helping you compare the candidates side by side on the issues that matter most to you.
Okay. Oh, excuse me, chat. Oh my gosh, that was so loud. I apologize. What thing am I doing here? Okay. Oh, Jesus, why did I just do that? Oh, it's okay. That's okay. Oh. Mm. It is? What did- Yeah, it was like, yeah, it was some sort of the yeah, it looked like some sort of, oh God. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I thought I was very Hello, everybody. Hello, electrocrystals. Oh, I am looking for new stories.
A new analysis by LendingTree puts the cost of raising a child at more than $300,000 over 18 years. That breaks down to roughly $17,000 a year. And then covers the basics. Now, the biggest expense is childcare in the first 5 years, along with housing, including rent, adding food, clothing, transportation.
Oh, yeah.
And the cost quickly stack up. But even that $300,000 price tag doesn't tell the whole story. Doesn't account for the extras, like sports, vacations, or everyday activities, like a trip to the movies. It also leaves out school supplies and college savings. Now, experts say the best way to manage the cost, you guessed it, is to start saving early. Even small amounts can add up over time. They also suggest taking advantage of working
The last time,
and looking for lower cost options, including hand-me-down clothing and asking friends about affordable childcare options. But parents will tell you it's a price tag that comes with priceless moments. In New York, I'm Kelly O'Grady, CBS News. What to do about fire-damaged soil? It's a big question for many fire survivors here in Altadena. Just ahead here on CBS LA, why some see composting as part of the answer.
I don't have any. Oh. I thought so as well. Why am I not? Yeah, see, it's not showing. Oh. Oh, right, it's time for my hit. Yep. Very young. Yeah, just VO. Yeah. Chloe, thanks. A high-speed pursuit ends with a crash this morning, and police say the two suspects that jumped out of this car and tried to get away were very young. Now, take a look at some video shot by our breaking news crew this morning. It was in Encino. This is the dark street, Magnolia and Balboa. Now, this was very early. It was about 2:10 this morning that LAPD said they went into pursuit of this white sedan here. The want was possibly a stolen vehicle. Now, there were two people inside. This pursuit did not last very long, ended with a crash right here on this neighborhood street when this driver struck a parked car. Now, apparently, two men, or what they thought were men, got out and ran into the darkness of this neighborhood. LAPD was right behind them, chased them down, and took them into custody. Now, it turns out LAPD says that they were both boys. They described them as male juveniles, pretty young. They're going to be facing possibly felony charges here if they're charged as adults. But either way, they're looking at possibility of grand theft, felony evading, and of course the property damage when they crashed into that parked car. And that person, the owner of that car, is going to have to deal with their insurance company, which is probably not going to be a very easy phone call. Now, is there something you want to tell us here at the desk? Text it to us directly by using the number you're going to see here on your screen, 818-221-2222. You can send us information about something you want us to look into at the desk, or if you want to share pictures or video with us, text it to that number. It'll come right to me or a member of the desk team. That's it. We'll send it back to you. Okay, what am I supposed to do here with this?
This is the first 4 tickets that came off the press for the 84 games.
Deborah Duncan was the assistant vice president of ticketing for the 1984 Los Angeles Olympic Games. She has framed the first tickets that were printed. Back then, nothing was digital. They even printed the name of the ticket holder on the front. Take a look at this track and field final.
And his price was $65. They're both evening events.
No, I think it's 25.
I'm sorry, 25. Right. Thank you.
Which stings! Adjusted for inflation, that same seat would be $79.30. But for LA 28 on Reddit, one user reported that their track and field tickets were more than $2,000 a piece. This closing ceremony ticket from 1984, $100. About $315 in today's dollars. But on social media, locals reported spending close to $5,000 for the same closing ceremony ticket.
What about service fees? Did you have service fees back then?
We did. So we charged $1 a ticket.
But LA 28's service fee is 24% of the ticket value, so potentially hundreds of dollars on top of the base price.
People are very upset
not knowing what their budgets are, what their demands are. I can't comment on their pricing.
What she will comment on is why she thinks many of the tickets were priced so high.
If you make it a really cheap ticket, if they don't put a market price out there, someone else is going to get it. And that's not fair either.
She's talking about tickets that end up on the resale market. And LA28, which is self-funded, gets none of the proceeds. Already, we found closing ceremony tickets listed on StubHub for as much as $7,900 for 2 tickets. A tennis final for 2, more than $11,000. Even cricket is more than $500 per ticket.
I think it gets really tough when you start seeing ticket prices in the 5,000s, the 10,000s. It's jarring.
Ahmed Namali is the co-founder and CEO of Kid Labs, a blockchain ticket provider. He used to work for both Ticketmaster and Vivid Seats.
And there's something to be said about the fees as well. It gets you thinking, where is this money really going? And why are the fees so high?
LA28 says on its website that the service fees align with standard industry practice. What are these service fees for?
So most people don't know this, but ticketing companies act as banks. So whenever a show goes on, a venue typically signs a deal where they get a capital upfront to pay the artist, the production, and service fees somewhat are interest rates for that loan that the venue has taken from the ticketing company.
Namali says it's likely that brokers and bots bought up a lot of the cheaper seats that locals were trying to secure.
I definitely think they definitely sold a lot of affordable tickets, but to whom? But to whom, right? And this goes back to the technology problem we're here, right? Why is it that in an age where AI can create Pixar movies that we don't have the ability to track who gets a ticket and identify a broker?
Deborah says LA28 has a very tough job, a full 2 years out, and they have to estimate how much they need
that's
to
kinda
earn
crazy.
with ticket sales to fund the games.
Okay.
Our country did not say, well, we'll give you money, we'll help you out if you're over budget. Just doesn't work that way here. So I know we were a nervous wreck the whole time, hoping we had enough money to cover everything.
For best advice, don't be picky. Any sport, any seat, get what you can so you don't miss out on the magic of the games.
It's a time of the world where everybody stands still for a minute and loves each other. And so there's just nothing like that.
Inside the Vallarta. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make a map because this is kind of cool. Oh, so I'm supposed to do the story about the sexual assault suspect who turned himself in, and Amanda Starantino had done it earlier, but she's moved off, so they want me to do it, and I'm gonna do it by making a map. Devonshire and Balboa. Let's do it.
Many Altadeans rebuilding or remediating homes have no idea what to do about the damaged soil they stand on.
One of the treatment options stirring up interest across fire zones, bioremediation. This is one of 301 Organics composting hubs. Founder Christine Lenches-Hinkle mixes up ingredients like food scraps, leaves, and wood chips.
All of those materials have the local biology
Okay.
that we need to
Then the next one is at
Oh my hot. Actually, it's hot.
Forbes and
So what's happening in here? So the microbes are working out. Wow.
Nature cooking up a biologically rich compost.
I can't leave my hand in there. No, you can't.
Lenches Hinkle says it's feeding an army of microorganisms that can help heal contaminated soil without the danger or expense of excavating and replacing it.
There's bacteria that live everywhere. There's protozoa. I love the protozoa. There are flagellates and amoebae.
The scientist, who sounds like a mom naming off kids, spent years designing the Rose Bowl Stadium's compost program.
That we'll probably end up using.
Up in Altadena, she's applying her special
Then
sauce.
3, Lassen and Encino.
Sprinkled in. They'll grow into plants and weeds with unusual skills.
And so far, it's already showing like incredible results. The magic juice. The magic juice.
Christy Lee Kim plans to rebuild her home and wants her soil bioremediated first.
We're extracting them, and that's what we're trying to do with the seed.
It may not look pretty yet, but she says testing suggests her soil's lead levels are dropping. Kim also co-owns Fair Oaks Burger. It's one of a growing group of businesses donating food and other waste to make the local
And then
And we put it in little compost bins, and they come and they pick it up, and they drop it off to local sites. And yeah, and that's what makes the juice, the magic juice.
There's, some exciting evidence coming through that some of the bioremediation can really help.
Josh West is a professor of environmental studies at USC. In the aftermath of the Palisades and Eaton fires, the university launched a free soil testing program.
If you are over these screening thresholds, then it is worth a careful look and careful consideration about the likely exposure you would have to those soils.
West says children and dogs are most likely to accidentally
Mason
use
and
their soil,
Sherman
which shows
Way.
that lead raises the greatest worry. He suggests concerned residents compare their 3 options: removing and replacing impacted soil, capping or isolating it, and bioremediation. Both scientists say the work being done in fire zones now may provide important data about whether nature can do the job cheaper and safer. Cara Finstrom, CBS, LA.
How do I tilt this? Okay. Whatever. And then the last one is this is okay.
about the shed, anything could happen.
In a shed made just for them.
So if I didn't come here, I'd probably go mad at the moment.
Terry Maverick found a refuge after his wife passed away. It's a place that runs on donations, routine, and repetition to help men create connections.
If you don't have those, you actually...
Okay, that's pretty good.
I feel I'm being useful and doing something that I enjoy.
More than 1,100 men's sheds are open across the UK, giving guys a space to socialize and tackle projects.
Carter Quest, hello. From London. Do you know the Viking Warrior? He's watching us from London as well.
Improvements in their well-being, with 96% feeling less lonely after joining and 75% reporting reduced anxiety.
If you put 2 or 3 men around a project, you'll find a conversation still starts on the project, but eventually other things happen. A couple of years before she passed away.
Norman Franklin found the shed after losing his wife Mickey 4 years ago. It keeps his hands and mind busy and helps his heart too.
You'd be proud of what you're doing.
Yes, without a doubt.
And some sheds allow women in the mix.
The men are also lovely and helpful. We've taught me how to use the lanes if they're wood turning.
And they bring good cake.
That served at 3 o'clock.
Okay, I need to prepare.
Usually it's good banter and friendly.
Building bonds in a simple shed, one shared moment at a time. Tina Krause, CBS News, Weybridge, England.
Hello. My daughter was on a field trip today. Was on a field trip today. There's an In-N-Out directly across the street from her elementary school. So they took it. Yeah, which is it's really, it ended up being, my wife was a volunteer. She got picked to be a parent volunteer, so she was there. So she sent me a bunch of videos, but it was really a sweet, I mean, it's really cool. Like these kids get to see. Yeah, but they let each first grader use the potato machine. And so
Before they open, right?
yeah. So Amy got a video of my daughter like using the potato machine. She was like over the moon, right? It's so cool. And she said the staff was super friendly. They all get cheeseburgers, you know, or grilled cheese if they're vegan.
When my girls were in preschool, they went to CPK and they let you go in before they open it.
Right, right.
Pizza and see how they do it.
Right. It's like, you know, it just ends up being a really sweet, like wonderful sort of little field trip.
It's good too that they see what it's like to work.
Yeah.
You know, especially because there's probably not a lot of kids who have parents who are fast food workers. Yeah, I miss those field trips. Although they do have some in middle school.
Yeah, I don't know. When I grew up, I don't think I remember one field trip that I took in the first grade. I went on a whale watching trip, and that's when I learned I got seasick.
I remember whale watching. I did that. Well, what's fun is when they're fifth grade, at least at our school, they let them, like the fifth graders have like 4 field trips in the year.
Hmm.
It's a lot of fun. I let my LUSD approved volunteer lapse because I need to go get another TB.
Oh yeah.
It's good for 3 years, but
You're like, I think you've done enough for LAUSD.
it's actually a pain in the butt to get a TB test.
It is. It is. Is that the little one with the bubble on the skin?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. What?
that
What?
covered in blooms in 60 to 90 days. And they smell so good. Your neighbors will be walking by not only to see your garden, but also to smell the roses. And you can plant them in a pot if you don't have a big garden. They're going to grow in there too. So each variety produces beautiful old-fashioned flowers that pass petals and borne on sturdy stems. They're perfect for cutting so you can make arrangements. Disease-resistant and ideal for gardens of any size. This is their best-selling collection. It comes with 3 varieties.
That was so cool.
All the bare root you planted up to here. You're getting the
Oh my God,
Arizona
Dean.
that's going to give you a lot of flowers on each stem, the heirloom, a hybrid tea rose with lavender blossoms that smell great, and the Savannah Sunbelt. That's a hybrid tea rose with a salmon pink flower. Now these need a lot of sunlight, moist soil, and they'll come up every single year. You just plant the bare root and get ready for roses. And it comes with an instruction manual, so you don't have to have a green thumb. Cottage Farm has been a leading source of direct-to-the-consumer live plants for decades, and they're always a bestseller on CVS deals, so don't wait. Right now we're offering 33% off the 3-piece rose set from Cottage Farms. That means you're getting beautiful blooming roses for just $40. Head to cvsdeals.com for this exclusive offer.
So Lola came home sick yesterday,
Yeah.
and she goes, Mom, I really like some of that Campbell soup.
Camp Bell. Yeah, I've overnighted at Camp Bell.
And I was like, for a second, I was like, but I thought about it. I'm like, they don't watch commercials.
How would they know what that pronunciation is
Like,
if
I've
you
never
didn't?
said, I gotta go buy some Campbell's soup.
Right.
And they don't see commercials.
I can't even think of. I do watch commercials, and I can't think of the last time I saw a Campbell soup commercial.
Campbell.
Camp Bell.
And now I can't not call it that.
Having Camp Bell tomato soup is a tradition in the Lazar household for when you're sick. Yeah.
Campbell soup for your soul.
Yep. Camp Bell soup for your sick.
But it's funny when kids say stuff like that because then you realize how messed up the English language is. You know, like
It
nothing
is.
as it seems. There was a really funny video on Instagram. It was like someone was like, but why is it like, you know how like when you make something past tense, it doesn't all follow the same rules.
Yeah.
You don't just add an extra T and an ED and
Yep.
you know like buy and bought. Why is it not buyed?
Yeah. Bide. Right. Exactly.
And the guy's like, that's because we're Americans.
Yeah.
We just do what we want to do.
Yeah. It's not. He's not wrong. You know. Oh, Jesus Christ.
What happened to this poor Celeste Rivas is so sad.
I know. I read the whole report. You know.
She was stabbed to death. Is that what happened?
I mean, that's as far as they can tell from the body was advanced.
Right. So
Parts of it said was skeletalized, like parts of her skull was skeletalized. and the skin was in extremely bad shape. And there appeared to be damage to the skin, but because of the length of time and the heat and the conditions, they couldn't tell if that tissue and skin damage was from a wound or just destruction of the skin, you know, due to the decomposition. But there were two extremely strong, penetrating knife wounds. That one hit the liver and one went into the intercostal space, the chest cavity. And they just, the best they can tell is that's very likely what. They said it was the intercostal cavity. I'll have to look up what that means. I know it's basically the area inside the ribs, I believe. Like
15, right?
14, I thought.
She left the house at 14, but by then she would have been 15.
Yeah.
But also, have we ever talked to her family? Like, what kind of family life did she have where she was running away so much?
I'm sorry, say that part again. What'd you say?
What was her family life like?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't want to blame them, but let me tell you.
I want to say I remember when we first did the story, we spoke to a family member that said they were aware that she was with a boyfriend named David who was an adult. That was the last thing that I remember, and I was like, I know it's really a very tragic story, but
and like, how did she meet him? And,
yeah,
you know, I feel like she obviously did not have a good home life.
yeah, I know.
I don't mean to, like, I'm not victim blaming. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's part of the, you know, I don't know. What's interesting is I don't know who. Yeah.
She was like 13, I think, when she met him.
Yeah, it's extremely tragic. It's
What school did she go to?
I don't know. She lived in the Inland Empire, didn't she? I think her family's from the Inland Empire. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Anyway, the coroner's report said like oh, okay.
Next on CBS LA at 11 a.m., 6 attacks, one day. Sexual assault suspect in the San Fernando Valley is now off the streets. And chilling details revealed in the death of Celeste Rivas as singer David faces a judge in her murder case. And we're tracking the raging wildfires scorching the southeast. What were you saying?
Yeah, I mean, like the coroner said that the body, I mean, the tissues were so decomposed they couldn't like do really good toxicology. Like there was evidence that there was some ethanol in her system, which could have been like alcohol, but then again, they said that could have been a byproduct of the decomposition. So they don't even know if like she was drugged or if she had been like there was alcohol involved or.
There has to be someone else besides him who
Yeah,
knows what happened.
yeah. And they said that the dismemberant was like very specific, like, you know. Well, see, that's the thing. I mean, like I believe that he's the only one that's currently charged with her murder, right? I mean,
I wonder if there's an informant or someone, like, why it took this long to charge him.
I mean, yeah, probably my guess is a lot of it hinged on the coroner's report about how she died, right?